Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to actually do a full review of the new Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Savi's Workshop lightsaber. So this is the lightsaber that we built. Obviously it's not built here because we took it apart so we could show you everything and how it goes together. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the main portion of this lightsaber is the chassis, which is this right here. So basically every individual piece attaches to it. And on the ends there's actual threads so you can screw the ends on. So first we'll talk about what powers the lightsaber because it is battery operated. So this right here is the actual battery. There's 3 AAA batteries inside this. If you need to access that, all you have to do is take out the screw here and that slides open. On this end you're going to have the speaker that emits the sounds out of the lightsaber, and so that's what makes the noises when you turn it on, when you turn it off, and when you also wave it around, and it has the clash sound when you make impact with another lightsaber or if you just whip it hard enough. So that's right here. And then in addition to that, again, we have our chassis. So it's got some labeling here with the red and blue dot. That tells you where to put the switch. The kyber crystal goes into the middle right here. And then on one end we have the blade, and the other end is where the battery goes. So you can see that. So we'll go ahead and take the battery and we'll go and put the battery back inside of it. So there is a mark here. There's an arrow that lines up and shows you which way to put the battery. So we're going to have to just slide that back in there, and it just slides in. And then you kind of pop it to lock it in there by turning it a little bit clockwise. So once that's in there, you can actually take the kyber crystal and put it inside your lightsaber. So we have 2 crystals here. You only get to choose one when you actually do the workshop, but we did buy an additional crystal. Originally this blade was green, but I'm going to go ahead and do this one with the blue crystal. So you just take the crystal, put it in the middle, and you actually can see that part of it pushes down. So this end right here with the battery side pushes down a little bit, so that's how you know you can actually put the crystal in there like that. So you're going to put the crystal inside that portion, and you can kind of already see it lighten up. Maybe a little bit tricky at first, but once you get in there, it sits in there. And so I don't know if you can hear that, but it's making noise, and it's actually lighting up and flashing now, as you can see. I'll try to put this by the mic. You can see that the kyber crystal is actually lit up as well, although it doesn't show too much, but it is lit up. So if we put it by the mic, so there you have it. That's the noise the kyber crystal makes when you stick it into the lightsaber. So now that we've got the kyber crystal in the lightsaber, and the lightsaber has that to determine what color the blade will be, you can actually start assembling by placing the switch onto the blade. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to take our 2 halves to the switch, which we have right here. So this is the blue half, and then we have a red half with the actual switch on it. There are a couple different versions of the switches, but I chose to go with these switches. This switch right here, just because it seemed like it was the most durable in terms of switch usability and function. So we'll go ahead and take the blue side, put it onto that, and it just kind of pops on. And then we're going to take the red side, line it up, and pop it on. So it clicks together there. You can hear it pop on. So that's on there pretty snug, and that's going to be our switch portion. So now we're actually going to put the upper and lower pieces together. Now these are interchangeable pretty much, so you can put them on the bottom or the top, however you think it's going to be the best. So we'll go ahead and put this one around. Just kind of slides on and then twists down a little bit. And once that's twisted on, you can put the bottom piece on. It's your choice as far as orientation, but usually the bigger end goes toward the center, so this has kind of a little bit more of an opening on it than this side. But again, you can put it on the top or the bottom. It would just have to be facing that direction. So we'll go ahead and slide that one on. And I would make these snug but not tight. You don't want them to be really tight, just snug. And there we go. So we have those 2 pieces on. And now we're going to put our emitter end just right over like that, and then just line it up and screw it on. So our emitter's on, and then we'll go ahead and take the end cap and we'll put the end cap on. Same way, all these pieces are just threading on, so you want to be careful with the threads because they are just plastic. But once you get it lined up, it goes on pretty easy. All right, so we've got that on. So now you have the whole lightsaber. And the one thing you will notice with the lightsaber fully assembled, even with these pieces separate, is they are heavy pieces because they're actually made of metal. So the whole lightsaber together weighs a decent amount. And you can tell that really once you have it all together and you hold it in your hands. It's pretty hefty. So once you put it together, it looks like that. And that's a completed lightsaber. Now you can turn it on without the blade, but it will make a noise that's just a default no function noise because it doesn't have the blade attached, which is this. So that's the noise it makes when you don't have the blade attached to it. Now the blade's going to pop into the top section right here, and all it does is push down in, and you give it a little bit of a twist to lock it in, and then it's going to be mounted. Now I have this nice display here, which I built, and you can watch the other video that I made showing how to build that, which you can actually place the lightsaber on just like in the workshop, like you're working on it to build it in the workshop. So that's a really nice display. If you have an extra kyber crystal like we do, you can put the kyber crystal right there, and it looks really complete. And it's a great piece to have out all the time instead of in the carrying case that you get when you actually build it. You can have it on display like this. This display is strong enough to actually hold it with the blade. So if we'll go ahead and take the blade and put it into the lightsaber now. All you do to put the blade in is just kind of twist around to line it up with the notches, and then you can slide it in, and it makes a noise saying that it's actually in there, and then you twist down and lock it, and now we have the blade in the actual lightsaber. So if we turn on, so this is the blue kyber crystal, which makes a slightly different noise. Okay, so that's the blue kyber crystal noise in the lightsaber. And with our display here, we can actually put this on the display with the blade on it if we wanted to. It is strong enough to hold up the lightsaber and the display together. And then also, if you leave the lightsaber on when it's just inactive, just sitting here on display, it will shut off after a certain amount of time, so it doesn't stay on the whole time. And then again, to take it out, if you want to take the blade out, all you do is push down, twist a little bit, and then you can actually pull the blade all the way out. And just to show the blade, it's just really a LED tube, as you can see here. It's got a rounded tip on it. And then on this end, we have the actual connectors for where it actually goes into the lightsaber. It's pretty light itself. It doesn't really have much weight to it, and it is plastic. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and swap back to the green kyber crystal so you can hear the difference between the two. And the swapping process is kind of tedious just because you have to take the pieces off to get the centerpiece out. You don't have to take them all the way off, but you do have to loosen them enough to get them to drop down and up on the top side, just so you can pop off the switch to get access to the kyber crystal. So now we have enough access here, just slid up a little bit, and we'll just pop off that switch. And then we're gonna have to pop off the other side too. So now we can see the kyber crystal. Pop that one out. Take our green crystal, which you might actually be able to see light up a little better. There we go. So you can see our green crystals in there. Made the noise saying that it's actually connected correctly. And now we're going to go ahead and swap back on our switch pieces. and screw back our end pieces and the emitter. Okay, so those are back on. Same thing. Blade would make the noise without the, or no noise for the saber when it's not connected. Plugging it in. And now we're going to go ahead and turn on with the green blade. So you can see the flash function there when you do whip the saber. And now we'll go ahead and turn off. And I do like the green kyber crystal noises a little bit better than the blue one because it does have a quicker activation noise and motion. Alright, so there you have it. That is the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge lightsaber review for Savi's workshop. And overall, I would say it's definitely worth the experience to pay $200 for this. And also with the quality, it is, again, metal. And it's really pretty solid in the build. So most likely worth the $200 if you do decide to go do it. I would definitely do it for the experience because it's not just about getting the item. It's also about experiencing the build and the whole kind of story that goes along with the build, which is really fun. So it's a great thing for all ages to experience and definitely something worth checking out if you are going to make a trip to Galaxy's Edge anytime soon. All right, thanks for watching. And be sure to check out my other videos below. We have video from the opening Monday where Galaxy's Edge opened to everyone without a reservation required, and also the how to build the platform, as I mentioned. And then we actually have the full workshop experience on there too. So if you aren't going to be able to make it, you still want to see what the workshop is all about, you can watch that video below as well. Thanks.